Hiya, I'm DailyK and I am a picky eater. My family generally knows that if there is something I dislike, I will avoid eating it or I will be very reluctant. Be warned that this video will contain some of my opinions on some foods. And we are all entitled to our own opinions. And I'm not trying to smug someone's great-great-grandmother just for saying that I like fried chicken and ketchup. It's not magic, you know. When I was very young, like around 4 or 5, I was stubborn about foods I disliked. And when I mean stubborn, I mean stubborn. I was the most stubborn about one food that I actively despise to this day, like 8 or 9 years later. Hamburger helper. This thing in my book deserves to swap with Black Wall Street and get cut from history. We don't have this much anymore, but I would refuse to eat this thing at 4. Even if I was hungry, I would not eat this. So Mother K had to strike a deal with me, and I'll admit it was a bit one-sided. Eat it, or you don't eat for the rest of the night. Side note, I ate cereal in the morning. I still would not eat that stuff. Sure, maybe a few bites. But no, I just couldn't stomach that stuff. I really could not. And you know how she went straight to the children in Africa starving. And you know, to a kindergartner, this map looks a-okay, so we really got somewhere with that. But I came up with a compromise with her. It's gross, and she openly admitted to me that it's gross. But I drank water, ate the food, and swallowed or ate whatever the strange mess that I had created in my mouth. The other thing about this is that when my mom made this, instead of buying it a few months ago, I think, she added a bit of tomato sauce to it, and wow, with like a tad bit of this stuff, it was upgraded to school class spaghetti. Real magic, huh? Cut to the morning, same time, same year. Just a few hours later, I was eating cereal. I have never been a fan of milk. To this day, I'm not a fan of it. I can't drink it straight up, no seasoning, no toppings, no nothing. So when I finished my cereal, I ate all of the solid parts, you know, like the cereal parts. But there was another problem. From how the window was angled in our living room, there was a shadow into a bit of the milk. And again, no concept of sun, no concept of shadows. So I thought that part of the milk was like cursed or something. You know, A for effort, younger K. You did your best. I avoided any like solid bits of cereal in that tiny little shadow. And let me tell you, I feared this thing. And I don't even remember why. Now in present time, and even before then, my pizza taste is a bit bland to some standards. I like only pepperoni on it as toppings, maybe a bit of bacon, and that's it. My family likes it a little more exotic for my taste. Sometimes we get pizza with sausage on it, and I don't like sausage. There is a very clear difference between a sausage and a hot dog. I can't tolerate a sausage on my pizza, nor would I tolerate a hot dog on my pizza. So I picked them out one by one. Same with ham if we ever got it. I despise ham on my pizza. Thankfully, it is a lot easier to spot the ham. And again, this doesn't happen super often. And again, I would pick them out one by one. I mean, my pizza looks like the US really went out and snapped on it, but as long as it got into my mouth, that's all that matters. I've long forgotten what type of pizza this was, but well, it is gal dirty. Basically, the pizza isn't like how pizza is commonly made in the US. The toppings weren't at the top, they were below the cheese. Let me repeat this. All of the sausage and ham was below the cheese. Below. Under. I would have to fund a whole expedition to get it out. K was obviously a little sad and disgusted that someone would pull a sick trick on me. If it had just pepperoni under it, I most likely would have enjoyed it more because so many different ways to make pizza, but in this deceitful way, I did not approve. They could have like stuck some sharp metal or something in it. You know what sucks about being a picky eater? People just scoffing at you simply because you don't like cheesecake or something. I'm not crazy for saying I don't like cheesecake, and I'm not crazy for saying I don't like regular cake. That last one was a joke. I know some of you are slamming the keyboard, but give it a rest, sis. I understand that this group of people are kind of the rectum of this topic, but this is also a bit of personal preference. Milk, then cereal, people. I personally don't do this, but you should not be dragged across the internet. You're not aliens, and you're not harming anyone doing this, I would hope. Yes, your clean, polished counter might be covered in milk,